withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace.
And he said having on, what was that, the breastplate of righteousness you just made mention of?
Yeah, the breastplate of righteousness.
Right, because at the end of the day, and I just read this too, going into how the law wasn't, it going into the law and the righteousness and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? How basically we couldn't keep the whole law. That's why I said that Yahweh would have been dead in vain. I believe that's Galatians 2:21. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, that might have been a precept that I brought out earlier. But it's going into that same topic. You know what I'm saying? If the law was to bring to righteousness, then Yahweh was dead in vain, and that's contrary. You know what I'm saying? The Lord came to bear our iniquities. He was a man acquainted with much grief and sorrow. All right, he bore our iniquities, our sins. All right. So nonetheless, bring that last part back. You were talking about the breastplate of righteousness.
Stand therefore, having your
What
loins.
I'm trying to say is this: it's not about having on your fringes 24/7. The law, the law, the law. All right, because the Lord said He didn't come to destroy the law, man. But you got guys out here who are all focused on the law, the law, the law, as if the law, like what the elder Josiah want to say. If I was to wear my fringes 24/7 and take the chip at the end, would I be saved? And he asked that question to an average Joe Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Asking you, like, Shalom, brother. He was asking, like, if I wear my fringes 24/7 and at the end I take the chip, would I be saved? You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, you know what I'm saying, your fringes. It's talking about these spiritual garments. And that's the analogy that I'm trying to make. Is it some more in there?
And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye should be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Right, and that's what we want to do, you know, to be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. You got to put on this whole armor. Now, bring that back, that Revelation 16 and 15, and this time you can read the whole thing. Now that we know which form of armor is talking about.
This Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment.
He said he come as a thief. The Lord coming as a thief in the night. You know, in the time when you least expect it. All right, that's how a thief moves. When you least expect it, when you're in your comfort, your safety, your security, in the confines of your own home. That's when a thief comes. You know what I'm saying? When you least expect it, and that's how the Lord is gonna come when these people are in their comfortable state. All right, they're marrying and giving into marriage. All right, go ahead. Salakia.
Lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Verse 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon.
Right. And that time is coming. All right. The time of judgment is going to be even more permanent on the earth, if that's the word to use. You know what I'm saying? Now, grab Isaiah. Go back to that 30th chapter and keep going where you were at.
30.
Go back to where you was at.
4. Stop at 4.
Pick up where you left off.
It's Isaiah chapter 30, verse 4. For his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. They were all ashamed of people that could not profit them, nor be an help nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach.
So nonetheless, nothing new under the sun. It was a shame for them back then. It's going to be a shame for them now. Whether it had been in the actual land of Egypt or it be spiritual Egypt. All right, that you take a covering that's not of the Lord, and it's of these you can say these modern day Babylonians. All right, then it's going to come to shame. And that's what he said. They're of no profit. All right, trusting in arm's flesh, as the scriptures say, trusting in, you know, carnal things. Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal according to the scriptures. So you trusting in all the wrong shit, that's going to be your shame. Keep going on it.
Verse 6. The burden of the beasts of the south into the land of trouble and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion, the viper and the fiery flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon their shoulders of young asses, and their treasures upon the bunches of camels. to a people that shall not profit them.
Right, so you're giving the pleasant things of the soul, which at that time in the book of Lamentations was talking about 70 AD, are women giving up their children and whatnot. You know, our people, they're gonna be like the scriptures say, casting their gold and their silver out on the street, man. They're gonna be upset and sorrowful as fuck when they see that the money faileth. All right, the money is gonna fail, like it's mentioned in the book of Genesis, how the money failed in the time of Egypt, man. The money is gonna fail again, and you're gonna be confounded and shamed because y'all didn't hearken unto the prophets. All right, we out here telling you that death and destruction, famine and woe is coming. Grab me Ezekiel 2 and 10. It should tell you that, I believe verbatim, you know, because it's talking about what was written in the book. And what primarily consists in this book is that, you know, it's there. Don't get me wrong, there is hope. All right, it's not all loom and doom, like the elder Aramlab said, elder apostle Aramlab. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, it's not all loom and doom, but for the most part, it's a lot of bloodshed that got to happen before our kingdom comes. So, like the scripture say, seeing this thing shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be? Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 10.
Start up a bit. Start at about 9.
Verse 9. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there were written therein lamentations and mourning and woe.
Right, so there was written therein in this book, lamentations, mourning, and woe. And the only time you're really mourning is over bloodshed, over death. That's why the scriptures say that he shall not drink wine with the song, but the strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. So in the time of Jacob's trouble, there's going to be a famine of the word, of course. There's going to be people that's going to wish to see the men of the Lord out here on the streets, prophesying, all right? But they ain't going to see us. We're going to be shut up in our houses. Lord willing, we endure unto the end. We're going to be saved, you know? So at the end of the day, what's written in these scriptures, lamentations, mourning, and woe. And that's why, once again, like we brought out in Proverbs, we're trying to tell you to turn at the Lord's reproof. Otherwise, that could overtake you. That could come upon you and destroy you, you know? And you don't want to be destroyed. If you really love your children like you say you do, you'll be hearkening to the prophets, trying to get right with the Lord. Like Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That way you don't get consumed. That way your children could potentially have a chance at salvation. But if not, you really don't love your family like you claim you do. Or hell, even the nation of Israel, your real family, your spiritual family. You don't love them like you say you do if you robbing the Lord. You know? Okay. Robbing is in tithes and offerings. You already know what tithes are. But also offerings, which is making your life a living sacrifice. You obviously don't love your nation like you claim to do.
It got bitter.
What's
you know?
that?
The truth got bitter to him.
Oh, I was about to
know
that too.
know.
You got, ain't that in Revelation? Which one? You know, off the dome?
Hey, what's that? It was sweet then bitter. Revelation what? The brother's about to find it, y'all.
Come. The water.
Yeah.
If you can't, I could try to look it up.
And not only that, though, you know one thing that people is not realizing. Basically, you know, when all you people that's down there in Houston and Miami and Florida, all that, y'all see that the Lord that all these different gods that y'all was praying to couldn't help y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know you was worshiping Jesus Christ, man. He's not down there to help y'all. You know, and you see, you know, Lord willing, you know, the brothers was down there. They worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, and they was safe, man. You know, so that goes to show y'all, man, them gods that y'all worshiping are not real. They couldn't save y'all, man. So now what, man? You know, you gonna worship them after all this still? You know, I just want to say that.
No, you good though, because what you're speaking is really true. You know, our people would still rather worship their idols. You know what I'm saying? They really ain't received that official wake-up call that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? They thinking this is just a natural disaster, but they not considering that it's the Lord doing these things. Hell, we just made mention, it's about 6 storms that just happened back to back to back to back in the same general region, man. So the Lord is highly upset with this place. But if you got that scripture, you can bring it out. You got it.
Revelation 10 and 10 says, and I took the little book out of the angel's hands and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
So it was in his mouth sweet as honey. Finding this truth, knowing that you could be saved, knowing what you got to do to be saved. But the bitterness comes when you see you got to prepare thyself for temptation. You got to be tempted of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Hey, he said if no chastisement come upon you, then you are bastards and not sons of the living power. Go ahead.
Just like the brother said, the brothers out in Tampa, Florida, and Texas. Now they probably had a situation where they could have left, but in the spirit they had to stay there, you know, because it couldn't be bitter unto them. They got to deal with it. They had to deal with it. They could have left, you know. They probably could have, you know, crashed out of brother houses. But the scriptures say, you know, you gotta prepare yourself for you gotta prepare yourself for shit like that. So that was so they stayed and they stood tall.
My fault. Give me a quick second to grab the scripture. Go ahead, bring it up.
Fifth chapter.
Yeah, bring it up. Verse 1.
Y'all got
It's
the
1
camera?
Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1.
Come.
But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right, so the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, so cometh as a thief in the night. Since I made mention of it, I wanted the brother to grab it. So he got this scripture. Keep going on that, though. Keep going on that.
Okay, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right, so when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. And that's what we see, like I said, like 6, maybe 7 tropical storms or hurricanes in the same general region, you know what I'm saying, taking place. That just shows you that the Lord is highly upset. It's not just some, you know what I'm saying, some
a coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence, man. It's not just some coincidence. The Lord is purposely doing these things, you know. Go ahead, though.
Verse 4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should not overtake you as a thief.
Well, that day should overtake you as a thief. You know what I'm saying? You have put the word not in there. Bring that back. Bring back verse 4.
Verse 4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief.
Right, we not in darkness, meaning we the children of light. You know, that light is upon the hill. It cannot be hid. So nonetheless, we not in darkness that day shall overtake us as a thief. Why? Because we know what's going on and why. All right, we know the who, what, when, where, and why. All right, per se. So nonetheless, grab that 5th chapter, finish on that, and then grab the other scripture.
Verse 5. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the light, nor of darkness.
We are not of the night, nor of darkness. You know what I'm saying? So nonetheless, man, we not in darkness that day shall overtake us as a thief, man, because we know what's going on. You know, we watching the signs of the times at hand. We prophesying. We doing the Lord's, you know what I'm saying, will to the best of our ability. All right? And we out here to warn you people that the Lord is about to destroy this place. All right? He coming to visit a city near you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and meanwhile in Chicago, we got bitches in the freezer getting bitches. You know.
Yeah. The little chick. Little chick got found in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? They claim to not know what. Hey, man, at the end of the day, the Lord is doing these things.
We know what it was.
That got that whole block shook up, man. That whole city, like, trying to tell their daughters, look, you got to be home by a certain time. That's how it should have been.
Yeah, and that goes to show women shouldn't be out and about.
Right.
You know, in hotels and doing what they want to do.
The weaker vessel.
It's good gathering abroad, man. Stay your ass.
Yeah. Doing that. You should be your ass in the crib at a certain time.
Yes.
Be in the homebody.
That's it.
But
No, that was just saying. That's like, you know, when you like walking and somebody like creep up behind you and steal on you, man. That punch gonna have an effect because it was not looked for. But when you looking for a punch, it don't have that much effect though. That's why when you see boxers fighting, them punches really don't have that effect on them because they know what's coming. They ready for it. So that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna catch these people off guard, man. And they not gonna be ready for it because, like I said, they're gonna still be in tune to the world, man. Confirmed to the world.
Tony Soto, Mayor, he got sucker punched the other day.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, at the Black Conscious. He preaching his bullshit, you know.
got punched again?
No, just that one time.
Oh.
Yeah. You know about it. Yeah, he got sucked. He got punched. You know. Hey, look, we ain't gonna punch you if we don't agree with you. If you don't agree with us, we just gonna let it be. See, that's the difference between us and the black conscious people. They gonna try to punch you and shit. You know.
It's a spiritual thing.
Yeah, it's a spiritual thing. We just gonna, hope the Lord wake you up. But if you are elect, but if you are 2/3, whatever, and you heathens don't stand a chance.
Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 13. They knew not his statutes nor walked in his ways of his commandments.
Talking about the nation of Israel. Our people being a rebellious house. Go ahead.
Ways of commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline and his righteousness.
Keep going.
Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them.
So that lets you know right there that the Lord is the one that brought these things upon us. Like you said, let them remember the captivity. I thought that was it. But let them remember, you know what I'm saying? For one, who the devil is. What sign you got? Yeah. Now you know who the devil is. For one, because he the one that the Lord used to bring the captivity upon us. All right? It's a little bit more on that. I'm about to have you grab it. But just speaking on that statement, the Lord is trying to bring you to remembrance because he hasn't forgotten these things. All right? He still got to call that day. What's that scripture? You used to bring it all the time. You don't bring it out no more. Ecclesiastes, I think 3 and 15. Can you grab that, Bubba Gashad?
No, yeah.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 15.
Yeah.
You used to bring that shit out like every week. Right quick, Baba Gashad, before you move on, I don't want you to go no further yet. Whoever get it first, it don't matter.
No, it's in the front. Yeah.
Just to let you guys. No, not Sirach. Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes right here, got it.
No, in the Bible.
Hey, y'all, pan the camera over here.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And Yahweh requireth that which is past.
Right. Yahweh Shemel Shah requires that which is past. So I made the statement that the Lord have not forgotten these things. That's why he said, remember, go back to that Baruch. Why you close it out?
My bad. My bad.
The 4th chapter, the 13th verse, he said about, you just passed it. Baruch 4 and 13. About the captivity. He said that has already been. But he requires that which is past, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so the Lord is going to call into remembrance your former iniquities, and it's going to be a recompense upon your own head. All right, the nation of Israel is going to do double unto thee for what they did unto us. So go ahead, bring back that 13. Start at 4 and 13.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 13. They knew not his statutes nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trying the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye captivity of my sons and daughters.